What's up, guys? It's your boy Waffles back with another video. Nope, we're not doing that. That is... Don't you just hate that? Those are pretty much the worst kinds of intros. That's simply not the style of this channel or my style at all. We simply just don't do that here. That's just not how we roll on this channel or in general. We're a little more relaxed here and we're gonna have a good time. The bees are happy, I'm happy, hopefully you're happy as well. We are of course starting with some basic home care and maintenance, grabbing all the resources, checking on the bees. Everything's lovely, and this is going great. We are solidly in the Bronze Age. We've of course got some toys to play with, a new mace, and yeah, we're just gonna have to process some resources and we'll be able to upgrade and eventually make some more stuff. Bronze Age is a lot of fun. I think it's probably one of my favorite ages in Valheim. It might be my favorite. I think it might be the most rewarding. That's obviously controversial. Everybody's going to have their own personal favorites, but with the Bronze Age, you're starting to finally see all the things that Valheim has to offer, all the new weapons, all the new things. You're starting to really discover the game. And when you're going out and fetching resources, while it is a grind, it's not a crazy huge grind. You don't have to ferry things from on a boat from one place to another. It's just, you know, you use a cart maybe and you have copper veins pretty close. You can walk around and get some glorious tin. It's not that big of a stretch. It's not that big of a crazy grind, but it's rewarding. It's just rewarding enough, just grindy enough. This railing right here, I think, is the first victim. Boom! First victim of our new weapon. Pretty satisfying there. And as you can see, I brought the side back in a little bit. I think it needed to be done. It looked asymmetrical, and I think it was a necessary renovation. Speaking of necessary renovations, I understand that there's a lot of comments saying that my house sucks. Not really. It's mostly me. You guys are all wonderful. I really appreciate all of your positive comments. By the way, I'm making a hoe. It's time. I really need to get that going, but right now I am moving the cauldron because I'm getting rid of this wall. I'm expanding out a little bit. We're making room for some more stuff, and we're doing the roof again. The YouTuber Zom0 commented on my episode 2 of The Adventures of Waffles, and I watched a few of his videos, one in particular where he created a nice starter home that kind of had a similar, or at least relatively similar layout to what I was trying to build. And this boar right here, I was kind of attacking me and then it wanted to go for a swim. What are you doing, boar? What are you doing? Come on. I swing wildly. You know, the boar comes by and I harvest its flesh. Yeah, weird boar. Moving on. Yeah, Zom0 made an awesome build video. He makes a lot of really good videos, so I really appreciate all of his videos, and I took inspiration from one of them. There's some particular techniques that I want to integrate into this house, so we're gonna do that. This video will not be purely just me rebuilding the house, because I don't want that to be the whole theme of the channel or the series. We will do more stuff, and it's gonna be pretty different. It's gonna be interesting, but now I need to make this. I need the world to see that I am not completely terrible at building houses. Mostly it's not my ideas, but hey, I can integrate good ideas. But look at this, we're expanding quite a bit and it ends up looking good. Sadly right here, we do need to get rid of this section right here because the doors they're in the way. They need to go. But overall, I think we're gonna try to keep this balcony because I like the idea. But as we make progress, you'll see the design of the house. It's going to expand a little bit. It's gonna get kind of big and bigger because I'm trying to integrate some of these ideas that I have, and I can't just make a perfect replica of somebody else's build. I want to integrate it into my own style. And as you see right here, this is actually a really good idea that I came up with. I think this is a great spot for food because we've got the fire right there. I don't know, it makes sense, it's out of the way. So that will definitely be nice. But now you can see that I'm creating a little bit of a floor around the outside because I think it'd be a good idea for me to have a little platform to walk around. At first, this was kind of part of the idea that I saw in Zom0's video, but then it became, I don't know, I kind of integrated it improperly and it just became a little platform. Speaking of platforms, this needs to go. This just looks like absolute crap. So I think without this, it will look a little better. Yeah, beautiful little view right here. Absolutely no obstructions. It's time to do a sleep. But we'll wake up ready for some more. Speaking of this awning right here, it's gotta go because we are creating a new design for the roof. Man, The Adventures of Waffles is basically Roof Iteration Simulator 2023. New title, Waffles struggles to build roofs for hours on end. But as you can see right here, we are doing this. This is basically what he used in his video. It's these 26-degree wood walls. That's weird. Wood walls. Wood roof. I almost said wood roof pieces. Now we're using wood roof pieces. Thatched roof 26. Problem is, once again, we are going to find that we're going to have practically no clearance for our head. So yeah, it's just kind of awkward right there. And eventually I do switch it up, and you can see I'm destroying the roof. And I'm going to use these 45-degree ones. Not exactly what he did in his video, and that's okay. We can do our own version. That's the whole thing. It's a good thing. We can be our own person. I can take inspiration from other people's builds, but cloning them, that's just bad. But right here, I try to slowly build the other side of this roof, and I realize that I'm going to have to expand it a little bit. So I did that, and it looks nice because we want a full continuous section right here that does kind of have not like an L shape, but kind of an L shape. So I fill in some pieces, and I still have a little platform to walk around. And yeah, I like these corner pieces. I don't know why, but they're just so satisfying to pop in there. Then I do my little flare out right here because I think it looks good. It's officially not a barn. It kind of maybe looks a little barnish. Barney? Let's not do Barney. No, we'll not jump down that rabbit hole. But as it is, we have to expand a little bit. So we expand, and you know, the roof looks decent. It's starting to look decent, and I have to use these glorious wooden ladder pieces to get up here to fill in these top little gaps right here. And you know, it's me building. It's me putting the blocks in. Really compelling, isn't it? It was actually pretty fun. I really enjoy the building process, even though I struggle with it. But commentating over building, once again, is a struggle because words are hard, and mouth blabber it comes easily when I'm fighting enemies, but this is just, it's compelling. I did have trouble filling that gap right there. I had to reinforce everything. But this chimney, while it is convenient right there, it needs to be moved. I think it would be better served in a different location. And I expand this once again, even though I removed it at the beginning of this video. So I plopped the forge down back where it was at the beginning of this video. Again, I am probably one of the most indecisive Valheim players of all time, but you're still here, right? Hopefully. These little struts right here did help, but they look like crap. But the forest is moving right as my rested bonus dies. It seems like that's always the case. Every single time the forest starts moving and Eikthyr throws his forces at us, it's always during the time that my rested bonus dies. And it's not planned, I swear. Now, suddenly, I feel a lot more capable of handling these guys because I have a weapon it's great. And look at that. That guy just died. That brute was no trouble. That shaman, no trouble. I'm dealing out a lot of damage. And yeah, I'm poisoned. I'm taking hits. But I can actually deal some real damage. And it feels good. And yeah, I get backed up against that rock right here. But I've got a fantastic mace, and I think it's going to be named the Waffle Batter Mk II. We're not going to get too complicated with this. Unfortunately, I have no stamina, and a giant brute appears right behind me. I forget, actually, that if you kill enemies while the forest is still moving, these same enemies will respawn. It's a dangerous thing. So I'm at 7 health, I'm lacking stamina, I'm running around, and yeah, I run around for quite a while, so I'm going to cut a little bit of this out. I just checked, and it was a solid 47 seconds of me running around trying to gain a little health back, even though it was super slow. I'm poisoned. I try to break out the Stag Breaker. It's effective, but it's not effective enough. I'm at 10 health. I'm at 8 health. 7, 5, 4, 2, 6. We're gaining 0 stamina. We're not dead. We're okay. All right. Okay. All right. We're actually still alive. But this shaman is relentless, and it's still producing all of its craziness, and we have the horde behind us. But the forest has stopped moving. Yeah, it's quite the fight right here. I spent some more time just running around trying to gain some health back. It was not happening because I'm not rested. I get frustrated and impatient. I break out the Stag Breaker, and I just start pummeling. But I get poisoned, and I die. Again. See, I told you this video wouldn't be just building. These guys are just so relentless. Early game raids, come on. So of course I make it back to my gear and I get on my chest. that's it. Once again, it's a common theme. I only get the chest on. I am pantsless as I fend off the horde. I probably could have put something else on. I think I had a little time, but I also maybe probably didn't. So I know I gotta get rid of this shaman, but I'm not rested, so my stamina just won't come back. It's not easy, but eventually I do whittle it down while circling nicely, and the shaman is down. So no more enemies will spawn because the forest has stopped moving. And there was a brood around here. I don't know where it went. It probably seemed to have just run off. But oh well, I'm able to fend off the rest of the enemies. We are victorious. So let's sleep after a wonderful, glorious, hectic night. But the bed needs a fire. I forgot. So I just find a spot and I place one down, but I light myself on fire in the process. It's lovely, but I feel cold. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty cold while I'm on fire. But we're sleeping. It's a new day. I get rid of these struts right here because I feel like we can manage without them right there. They were kind of in the way, and I think I can make them a little prettier right there, just like that. And now we finish the roof. The roof is complete. It doesn't look completely like a barn, by the way. So I get rid of my little platform on the outside, and I finish these little flare-out bits. I think it looks a little bit nicer with that, and I think it looks good. I think we've got this lip on the outside of the barn. Look, it's a barn. Whatever, it's good enough. It's not completely barnish, but it works. We've got a lot of space on the inside for potential expansions. Our nice little deck has a roof, so that's right there, nicely integrated. But let's take a moment to appreciate the beautifulness of this game. Man, I just love thunderstorms. That was beautiful. But now we need a fire in the house that's not in a weird spot. So I make a nice fireplace. This is not the right spot. It was just temporary. This needs to be more permanent, and we need a beautiful fireplace and a nice mantelpiece. Not the right pieces to remove, but I go up here and it's time to make a chimney. It is chimney building time once again. And I'm thinking this one will be pretty nice, but the smoke right here makes it very difficult for me to actually do anything because I can't breathe. So I go back downstairs and I try to get rid of the fires, but the storm has already taken care of them for me. So that's kind of nice, I guess. But before I can really do anything, it clears up outside and the fires relight. So that's kind of annoying. So I just get rid of them. We just gotta get rid of them. We need to be able to build this chimney. So we get started. We raise it up just a little bit, and then I use these pieces right here to raise it up even more, and now we have a little bit of breathing room for these roof pieces. Now it looks pretty good. Is it the best chimney in the world? Probably not, but it's functional and it's kind of fashionable. Now we can get our cauldron back up and our meat cooking section. We have a nice fireplace. So satisfied in my efforts, I try to sleep. But the bed needs a fire nearby. Of course it does. I'm an idiot, so I just plop a bed down right next to the fire. It's fine, it's good enough. Now it's a new day and I think it's time for a change up in the video. Let's build some bronze nails and unlock the cart. Ah, the glorious cart. That will definitely help us very soon. But now it's time for some inventory management, and since we can't make a vertical item stand just yet, the Waffle Batter Mk I has a home right there for now. But we need to make a back door. We made the back door, push the cart out of the way. Let's go on a mission. If we're gonna make some more stuff, if we're gonna really progress in this game, we need more copper and more tin, of course, but copper is right up here. It's just the unruly cart hitting every single bush. So we make it back to this little copper spot right here, and I get to work. It's compelling. I use my pickaxe to get the copper. Yeah, but I get interrupted. We have a shaman, as it always seems to be. When I venture out and start gathering resources, something is going to interrupt me. So this shaman, it needs to go, and I pummel it to death with the new Waffle Batter Mk II. The cart, come on, get out of here. It's just in the way, and quite a bit of knockback on that grayling right there. With those guys gone, with the cart still kind of in decent shape, I can mine some copper. And so, I do so. I do the thing. I mine the copper. It's, oh, hey, get out of here. Random skeleton just coming up on me. Come on, get out of here. Copper montage. Yep, copper montage. Glorious copper montage. And I discover right here, I'm a little sheltered, so I can pop a workbench and repair my stuff. Kinda nice. Never saw that before. But let's get some core wood and some thistle while we're here. Might as well. And we're back. We can smelt all this stuff down after we get this cart. All right, come on. I need a little landing area. Of course, the cart is just, not great. Smelting and sleeping. Yep, satisfying overnight smelting noises. Time to light this baby up a little more since I have a plethora of extra resin right now. Plethora is a fun word, wouldn't you say? Gather all the resources that smelted overnight. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to do. Get the coal going, get the copper going, and let's repair. And we're going to make a cultivator. So I grab all the stuff, I make a whole bunch of bronze, and I make the cultivator. Now we can officially do some real farming. This is going to be glorious. But my character seems depressed. We just got back from an adventure still, so we're doing some inventory management. A whole bunch of new resources have been gathered. Let's start on a farm. It's definitely time. So we clear it, we make a little space, and yeah. Farming is, I don't know why. I actually really enjoy the whole farming process. Maybe I'm just a sucker for weird little satisfying things like that. I have no idea what's going on in my head. But I grab all the carrot seeds I have. I cultivate the earth right here, or is it earth? Is it just Valheim? I cultivate the Valheim world earth. Well, let's call it soil. I cultivate the soil, I plant the carrots, and I tried to make this as perfectly centered and aligned as possible, and obviously perfection is impossible. Hey, get out of here, railing. Come on. I'm working. I'm doing some work. What a rude piece of... Anyway, we're farming. We got some stuff going. We put up this other line right here. We seed as many carrots as we possibly can because we're going to need a whole lot of them because deer stew is awesome. It's one of the best foods early in the game, and now we're out of seeds. So this is going to be great, but it'll take quite a while. Since I have a cultivator, I can fix the earth a little bit around us, the soil, I guess. But I want to upgrade the stag breaker. It's currently only level 1. I have the materials. I might as well. Now we have a level 2 stag breaker, and the wooden shield gets an upgrade. It's also level 3. I've decided I'm not going to make the bronze buckler because I think I'm just going to wait for the banded iron shield. I think that'll be a better option. But I've got enough stuff to make the butcher knife, and that's going to come eventually, so I might as well do that while I have the materials. I put the rest away because we don't have enough to really make anything else. I like this little half block on the edge of my farm. I think it keeps a little bit of enemies out, and at the very least, they can enter one section, and that's it. They'll attack your wooden structures before they will attack your crops, and I think at least maybe that's only a theory. It makes sense to me. But I flip over the cart. It's, just one of the most squirrely things out there. It's just a rough battle. I probably should have just destroyed it and regained the materials and just made it elsewhere. But also, these bees need a new home. I think the perfect permanent spot for our bee friends needs to be near a garden, just like this one. So I create some little platforms on top of these stakes right here. I think it's just the perfect spot. This will be perfect. They'll get to hang around, not exactly flowers right now. I don't really think there are flowers in Valheim, but hey, maybe there should be, so the bees can be even happier than happy. But it turns out I don't have enough wood to put all the beehives up, so while I'm going to grab some wood, I place some saplings, and those guys will grow nicely into a little forest in our section right here. Place down the last beehive, and we still need one more to fill in the whole quad right there. But hey, this was a fun episode, wasn't it? It wasn't completely just me redoing the house, but at least for now, we're pretty much done with the home. The Waffles of House Garbage is now Waffles of House Home, I think. That makes sense. So with that, this episode is concluded. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.